All right, guys, it's Friday, we're right at the weekend, and with that in mind, I wanted to give you a little task for you to complete this weekend when you have some free time. And if you complete the task, if you do it properly, then I think it will really improve your trading, or at the very least, show you what you need to be doing, what you need to be focusing on with your deliberate practice in order to improve your trading. Now, on our forum, every week we have a weekend challenge, and it's different things that you need to incorporate in your deliberate practice. But I thought this week with this challenge, it's something that ties into what we've been talking about recently, and it's something that could really help a lot of you. So what it ties into is the discussion we had a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a week ago, I can't remember exactly when it was, about using your trading journal and actually using the data in it to optimize your trading. So basically this morning I was having a conversation with someone who was saying that they're up and down with their trading at the moment. Some days they're doing really well, and other days they're having more losing trades than they should do. So I said to them, do you know what's the cause of the losing trades? And they said they can't quite pinpoint exactly what it is. Like sometimes it's clear that it's over trading, sometimes things are being forced, but in general they can't figure out overall what the cause is. And so it's from this, like the idea I gave to them, that I wanted to discuss with you. And it's something we've spoken about before. We had a webinar before about optimizing your trading system. It's in the section in the course about optimizing, and it's basically defining things into certain categories. You see, the problem is, if you're losing trades, if you just try to fix it all with one overall blanket solution, it's not going to work, because the chances are you're doing many different things wrong, and there's many different things that are happening. Like each time that something happens, it's probably for a different reason. So basically, this task today, the task that I hope that you'll complete over the weekend, is the first stage, or one of the first stages in the process of optimizing what you're doing, optimizing your own performance, optimizing your system and your strategies. And this is all about breaking up the different trades into different categories. And so what I want you to do this weekend when you have some time is to have a look at all of your losing trades from the past few days or weeks or months, depending on how many trades you've actually opened and how much time you have. You can decide how many you want to look at, the more the better. And I want you to break it up into two broad categories, which is the first stage before you go further. So those two categories are whether the losing trade was because of your system, or whether the losing trade was because of your error. So when it comes to the system, what we basically mean by that is, did you follow all of the rules for finding a correct setup, and was it a correct setup and then for some reason lost? Now that's not such a problem, because even in the most profitable trading system, you're bound to have some losing trades. It's about probabilities, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. However, if you look at those and over time it's a losing system, then obviously you've got some fundamental work to do on your system. You've got to figure out what's going right or wrong, but you need to categorize those first, because on the other hand, you have the ones that are human error. So these are the ones where you haven't followed your system for some reason. Maybe you've forced the trades a little bit. You closed too soon or too late because of some sort of psychological barrier you have. Like whatever it is, you can put it in this category of, this shouldn't have been a setup. Like either the entry was bad or the exit was bad, not according to the system. So once you have those two categories, like I said, you leave the system ones alone and start to focus on these ones. Now this is something you might not be able to do this weekend because it takes a bit more work, but you need to look through there and see, okay, can I categorize these further? Are there some that were losing trades because I forced some of the tools I was using? Are there some that were losing trades because the stop loss was like too tight, I was too nervous? Are there some that I exited too soon, too late, and so on? Like these are the categories that you have then, and then you can start to think about solutions or things that you can do to really work at those to improve them over time, because you can't fix them all with one blanket solution. And this is what I tend to see people doing all the time. It's like, oh, I need to work on being more patient. Oh, I need to understand the tools better. I need to learn where to put my stop losses. But the chances are, out of 100 losing trades, you've probably got like 10 different categories there. So you break them up then. You look at which ones are the most major issues, the ones that are really going to hold you back from being a profitable trader. And those are the ones that you address first. After that, you obviously move on to the ones that are next and next and next. And there'll be some of them in there which are just inevitable mistakes that are like the miscellaneous ones, or the negligible, like smaller amounts that don't really matter so much. There's a few of them, they don't happen often, or it's something you just can't fix. Like even for me, there's sometimes that I'll make a mistake, but it's not something I can really fix overall, because it's not something that happens consistently enough to pick up on it. But I'd say that with my own trading now, there are times that I pick a setup that I'm following the system and it just doesn't work, or it ends up being a losing trade. But it's very few times that I'll force a setup or make these sort of big errors, because over time I've realized what I'm doing, and also it just comes with experience anyway, that you iron out these flaws and just get rid of them. So hopefully this weekend you can focus on that category of the human error side of things, and that way also you have a load of data of the system error ones that you can focus on at a different point in time, and we can start to get a plan together over the next weeks and months of what you're going to focus on in your deliberate practice, what you're going to keep an eye on and be more aware of with your actual trading, and hopefully that's going to improve things significantly for you. So take part, let me know in the comment section what you figure out and if you actually did it. I'm really interested to see how many of you actually participate in this and how much time you spend on it. And if you like this, then please do hit the thumbs up button so I know, to think along the lines of setting little weekly tasks from now on, like we do on the forum for our members where we provide feedback and stuff. Maybe we can have something similar on the YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe and switch on notifications, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Thanks for watching.